Well, hello everyone, and welcome to this lion mixed media painting. So I stretched a 16 by 20 inch canvas, and I am just putting a base coat of paint on here with some water-based spray paints by Liquitex, and I'm also using Montana. And I'm just kind of loosely putting in some color because I was just like, well, I had a migraine and I just wanted things to move pretty quickly, and spray paint is a great way to get some color onto the canvas directly. And then I got my drawing onto the canvas, and I started in with golden open acrylics, especially for the parts that I wanted to be more realistic. Golden open acrylics are awesome because you can get some really good blends, and even though they are acrylic paints, they do perform a little bit more like oils, and they have a slower drying time, a much slower drying time, which is awesome, especially if you're painting things like eyes. So I didn't really want this to be an oil painting. I wanted to use the acrylics in order to do this because I do want to add some splatter and some abstract effects later. So you can't really do that on top of oil paint, obviously. And so acrylics were really the way to go. But like I said, with the golden open acrylics, they're a little bit more transparent. So if you have color already on your canvas, it's really easy to use some of the transparent red oxide for glazing and darkening some of the shadow areas, as well as blending out some of the colors that you want to have with the areas of realism, like the eyes, and also just kind of making it appear to be a lion without putting all of the details in. So that's what I really did. I used a lot of the transparent red oxide in order to get those darker kind of reds into the fur, and then I went in with yellow ochre and white, and basically using a lot of these more orangey and yellowy tones to get that tawny color. But I wanted the eyes to stand out because my favorite color combination, blue and orange. So this is another blue and orange themed painting, and I was actually really unhappy the whole time that I was painting this because I did have a migraine, and the whole time I pretty much thought it was crap. I'm not gonna lie, I was just, my brain was fried at that point, and yeah, not a lot of focus. However, looking over the footage later on, I was like, wow, this is a really cool painting that I hated at the time. And it's just kind of funny how those things can happen because of where your state of mind is, which wasn't a good one that day at all. However, it does help for me to be creative when I am in that sort of place because it distracts me from it. And if I'm just sitting in bed, I'm concentrating on the pain, but if I'm doing something creative, I'm actually kind of distracted from the pain a little bit, which is always a good thing. But yeah, just continuing on with the golden open acrylics, although I did use regular acrylics in conjunction with the golden open acrylics because I don't have every single color in the open acrylics. I think all of this part is done in the open acrylics because I just used to get the bluer tone, I used manganese blue mixed with titanium white, and then I just tried to mix the colors that I had together in order to get the realistic parts of the lion before moving on to anything else. For the lion's mane, I did want to have this sort of blue glow on the fur that was kind of out towards the background. So I wanted to have kind of like this really orange, bright, fiery color that went out and faded out into this blue color. And it worked pretty well, I think. Generally speaking, I think it actually made the painting better than if it was all just one kind of tawny lion, red, orange, yellowy color. So this was something that I continued to work on throughout the painting. And I did start adding the regular acrylics because they're not as transparent, and heavy body acrylics with those really bright colors, I did want to incorporate that into it. So it's really easy to use in conjunction with the golden open acrylics and even over the golden open acrylics once they're dry. So you can really get some of those brighter highlights on top of what you've already done with the open acrylics.
Hope you see what I can see, 'cause I don't need the mystery. I hope you see what I can see.
Once I finished kind of getting the main structure, get it? The main structure of the mane in, I decided to go back and then increase some of the contrast underneath the face of the lion and create that shadow. So I used golden open acrylics and glazed over what had been done there in order to increase the shadow area and also increase the contrast in certain areas too. So I decided that I wanted to start adding some of the abstract elements. You'll notice that I'm wearing my winter coat because I was going to go for a walk, but then my phone needed to charge, and so I was like, oh, well, I'll just do some of these while I'm waiting for my phone to charge, and I ended up painting quite a bit in my coat inside, which was kind of funny. So I'm using this water-based spray paint in order to get some splatter effects, and if you just push the nozzle just a tiny bit while you have the can held sideways, you can get some really cool splatter effects with it. And then what I did was I used water and sprayed it on top of some of the bigger drips and just let them drip down before taking a paper towel and blotting some of them out. And it's just to add a little bit more interest in the background. I did want this to be a mixed media abstract line. I'm not going for hyperrealism or anything. So these are a new product that I got. They're Sennelier 3D liners, and you can draw these really thick lines with this heavy body acrylic. It's really kind of cool, but I wasn't really sure how much I liked it on this particular painting. I actually think that it worked pretty well for this one, but I wasn't crazy about it at first. I'm gonna have to find out different ways of using them in future paintings. So now I'm just going on to the finishing touches and just adding some more abstract colors. This is a deep turquoise that I was adding to some of the shadow areas so that it wouldn't just be all flat one color. I did want this to be an abstract lion and have a lot of kind of these mixed media, different patterns in them. And then going over with some more heavy body acrylics in the brighter colors to bring up some of those highlights as well.
Can't you say watch me?